Out of all the bosses in the history of the mob, only one has been executed by the government, and that would be Louis Buchalter, who grew up on the Lower East Side of New York City and was raised by Russian immigrant parents. His mother nicknamed him Lepke, a nickname which his friends shortened to Lepke. By 1909, tragedy struck the Buchalters. Lepke's father, Barnett, the owner of a local hardware store, died of a heart attack. Following the death of her husband, Rose Buchalter packed her things and moved to Colorado, leaving 12-year-old Lepke behind to live with his older sister in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Surprisingly, Lepke not only finished elementary school, but was enrolled in a Jewish school where he was an honor roll student. In any event, he was arrested on September 2nd, 1915, for assault and burglary, and as a result, sent to live with an uncle in Connecticut. 1 month later, he was arrested again for stealing a salesman's sample case and was sent to a reformatory for juvenile offenders in Connecticut. He was released on July 12, 1917, and moved back to the Lower East Side, where he supported himself by stealing from push carts. On one particular day, Lepke went to rob a push cart that was being targeted by another thief, who was Jacob Gora Shapiro, whose reputation preceded him. After the incident, Lepke and Shapiro became quick friends, as well as future partners in crime. During this time, Lepke had been in and out of prison on numerous occasions. Over time, he fell in with a group of older guys who worked for Big Jack Zelig, whose real name was Zelig Harry Lefkowitz, who was the head of the Eastman gang. The older guys in Zelig's crew taught Lepke the ways of the street and how to survive. For instance, how to pick pockets, roll a drunk, among other crimes. Lepke was someone who became known for his appetite for violence. By 1932, he partnered up with Lucky Luciano and helped create the National Crime Syndicate. Over the following year, he became the boss of a crew of killers, which included Albert Anastasia, who became his partner, in what would become known as Murder, Inc., who were employed by the New York mob to carry out contract hits on their behalf. Lepke became a millionaire for the various rackets his crew was involved in. In 1937, law enforcement and the FBI began investigating the mob, and specifically Lepke and Murder, Inc., which forced him into hiding due to all the law enforcement pressure. On August 24, 1939, he was tricked into surrendering to the FBI by radio broadcaster Walter Winchell. And on December 20, 1939, he was convicted in 10 indictments and pled guilty to an additional 9 and was sentenced to 14 years. He was also convicted in March of 1940 on 15 more counts and sentenced to an additional 30 years. On November 30, 1941, Lepke would be convicted of first-degree murder, and in December 1941, he was sentenced to death. On March 4, 1944, Louis Lepke Buchalter was strapped into an electric chair at Sing Sing prison and killed by electrocution.